Hello and welcome, fellow Wasteland survivors. I'm Dean. Thanks for stopping in, hanging out with me today for part 23 of Fallout 4's Permadeath Challenge, where we play the game as far as we can with just one life. Alright, in our last video, we got Paladin Dance's affinity, finally. We also got the USS Constitution safely down the street, about a block or so. And we've pretty much done everything for everybody. I've been to the Predawin several times, trying to make sure that I've gotten everything done there. I don't want to leave anything behind, just in case we don't side with them. Okay, now at this point, I know you guys are ready for me to choose who I'm going to side with. But I'm going to make you wait just a little longer. Because if I do things just right, we can actually get away with a little more before we have to side with somebody. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a trip over and see Desdemona at the railroad. Now, we haven't seen her since we've entered the Institute, or we haven't been to the railroad since we've gotten to the Institute. So therefore, when I get there, I'm going to get some prompts and some conversations from her. Now, those don't really matter. We just need to get them out of the way. What matters is if I leave, come back, then I get a whole new set of prompts from her. And one of the prompts that she's going to ask me to do is kill everybody at Bunker Hill. Now, that doesn't include the residents. They're safe. But we're going to get to kill all of the synths. That means even coursers. We're going to get to kill all of the Brotherhood of Steel and any railroad agents that are there as well. Now, in this video today, we are going to take a look or listen to some of these comments or voice prompts that we have. So it's just the ones that mean the most. Now, like I said earlier, what we're doing now is getting the first prompts from entering the railroad out of the way. And of course, Pam still will not talk to us because she's on lockdown because of Liberty Prime. So I leave, I come back, and when I get back, she's got a whole new set of prompts.
Establishing Mercer Safe House is a sign we're on the road to recovery. Thank you for that.
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind?
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital. But the sacrifice is just too great.
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance to turn the tables. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you. Understand?
With me working the inside angle, this is doable.
We can't attack too early. You'll probably have a courser escort. You'll have to take him down. You've done it before, but it'll still be dangerous.
Like you said?
It's a risk, but it's one we have.
Okay, now the main reason that I did this is because we have a very high intellect. And with some very mentats and our high intellect, with all of these kills, I'm hoping for Idiot Servant to proc. And I want levels. So here we go. I have speeded it up, but it's not fully speeded, so that way we can enjoy all of the kills, but I don't have to show each and every one individual. Finally, our first legendary, Poisoners, plus 25 poison resistance. Boo. Now, what's really great about doing it this way, other than all that XP we just got, is that, we can get away with it from the Institute. Now, we will get chewed out a little bit,
Son.
but it'll still
You
be
know,
okay.
in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It wasn't always like this. It used to be different.
I can only imagine. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate...
Right.
I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
They kept me alive, too.
They did, indeed. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out?
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you, as it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. It's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you. There are hard decisions ahead for all of us, but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Okay, and now that we've triggered Mankind Redefined, We have to choose a side.
I couldn't be
And
more
with
pleased
that
with Father's
achievement
choice
popping
as
up,
new
it's
director.
now obvious who we're going to side with. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Institute. In all of my plays, I've never sided with them. I've done the Railroad, the Minuteman, even the Brotherhood of Steel, but I've never done the Institute. I've got a couple of achievements that I'd like to knock out. We are rocking some high intellect, so we're going to get a paint job for our power armor, and since we're relying on power armor as part of our build, that'll give us more intellect, and I'm hoping to reach 27 intellect with Barry Mintats. Now, there is another reason why I have chosen the Institute. Because I have never done this, I don't know any of the fights or what I've got to do. So, everything is brand new for me from here on out. I have no idea what's going to happen. But I do know what's going to happen right now. We're going to get this cool freezing automatic combat shotgun. Does 10 points cryo damage and freezes targets on critical hits. Love it! We're not going to use it though, but a sweet weapon. Okay, finally, another legendary duelist. 10% chance to disarm melee attackers on hit. No thank you. Okay, this next legendary weapon we're going to get, I think you could classify as the epitome of the legendary loot drops. Powerful rolling pin, 25% more damage. Massive, hard to kill enemy, but a rolling pin as its legendary weapon. Okay.
There is one more part for you to play, and I think you might enjoy it. It is time to announce our presence to the Commonwealth, to request that they do not interfere with our plans. You should be the one to do it.
That's a good idea. Hopefully we can prevent violence and save some lives.
Yes, that is one goal. And if you are to be the new director of the Institute, you should be the one to do it. We've prepared some remarks for you to record. Once you're finished, we'll broadcast them to the entire Commonwealth. Use the microphone here and follow the script. It's quite simple. I'm sure you'll do fine, Mother.
For years now, you have suspected that the Institute still exists, that we are among you. It's true. But it's not the whole truth. We are here, and we are... here to help. Our superior technology represents the future of the Commonwealth. Today, we activate our nuclear reactor, ensuring that we will persevere long after the world above ground ceases to exist, ensuring that mankind has a future. We have no desire to interfere in the unimportant details of your personal freedoms. We simply insist that you do not interfere with Institute operations. To do so would result in unnecessary difficulties for all parties. Rest easy. Know that the future is in safe hands, and that mankind will thrive under our guidance.
Well, that was interesting. Perhaps not what we originally... No.
Okay, we really have been doing a lot of running around, but we have managed to level up. So let's get that into our perk tree. Now, we have been putting our points into luck, and I think this one we'll just get into Grim Reaper. 15% chance to restore all action points. From here on out until we complete the game, like I said earlier, we're just going to continue to put those points into luck. Alright, as a frame of reference, the next area that we're moving into, to me, really looked like the area that you saw in your dream when you were at the memory den of Kellogg applying to the Institute. I don't know. It just appeared that way to me. I thought you guys might find that interesting.
I'm happy to be here, Doctor. I'm sure you will.
Right now,
Let's not be dramatic, Justin.
there's nothing dramatic about it. We're in a position to push back, to assert ourselves here. That's what we've talked about all along.
To bring you up to speed, obviously there are groups in the Commonwealth that stand in opposition to the Institute's goals. With the reactor now online, we have the ability to not only expand synth production, but to project power to a much greater degree.
I'm sure the reactor will improve everyone's life. It's a great accomplishment.
Yes, but it's not just that. The Directorate has agreed that steps must be taken to ensure our safety in the long run.
Let's just spit it out, shall we? The Directorate has decided that the Brotherhood of Steel need to be eliminated.
As the incoming director, we felt it important to inform you of the decision and get your thoughts on it. So, where do you stand?
I agree. We hit them hard before they have time to react to our new position.
Good. That's just what I wanted to hear.
As director, it's up to you and how we focus our efforts in achieving this goal. We'd like your input on what direction we should take. Do we increase synth production or focus on weapons development?
I'll tell you what. You make the call. Surprise me.
Okay then. I'll come up with something. That's all we have for the moment. I believe Father wished to speak with you once our meeting concluded.
Deadlier.
Question is, where do you stand with them now? Do you count them amongst your allies?
They mean nothing to me. Never have.
I'll admit, I'm relieved to hear that. Then I certainly, because these fanatics cannot be allowed to continue. Small as they are in number, their twisted ideology ensures that they will never stop trying to strike at us. They must be.
You don't have to worry about them any longer. They're as good as dead.
Thank you. Do what needs to be done, but keep yourself safe.
The tension and the excitement just continues to grow with each and every conversation. Like I said earlier,
Excuse me.
I've never
I
played
think-
this way. I have no idea what to expect. I mean, could this be the end of our permadeath play? Could we actually die doing this? Who knows? Well, sorry to say, I do know that it is the end of today's video, ladies and gentlemen. I know, I'm sorry, I'm excited, I know you're excited, so I hope I see you on the next episode where we do go and attack the Brotherhood of Steel. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today, sharing your precious time with me, and just like always, please, until next time, stay safe and peace.